Hi! How's it going? How are y'all doing? This is my second day of playthrough, and then the first of my Yappenings go through. So this is my moving story. Oh yeah, Lily. Let me get that over. So yeah, this is my moving story from hell that I spoke about in previous videos. So basically, I've moved only twice. In my life, I've moved only twice. I should actually my home. So it was moving to live with my sister the first time. And so that was like simple and all, because originally I wasn't gonna stay like the whole time. I was just gonna be like there for a month, do other stuff, because I know I brought up university. The university I'm at, if you know South Africa, South Africans, you'll know the university. I'm not gonna name drop it. As I've said in a previous video, I'm not gonna name drop the university, just out of fear that they hold my degree back, because I finished my final year last year. And they still have my degree in their hands. They apparently do like an audit thing. But I did university online. I might as well just let this play out. I did university online. So if you know, if you're South African, you probably know the university. So I did my online university. So I could, and it had to be after 2021. I believe that's when I came to stay with her, because we were originally going to try 1 month and then see what happens, and I just never left. But yeah, I think it was 2021. 2019 is the last year I did exams, like in-person exams. So it was my first and last year doing exams in person. After that, they switched to solely online from 2020, and everyone knows what happened in 2020. So yeah, I think it was 2021. Yeah, 2023, 22. Yeah, no. Yeah, 2021, 2022. She's not here, so I cannot double check with her. 2021, 2022 was when I moved her. So I started with like small stuff, and then, hello, William. I started with small stuff, and I just moved what I needed, and then as the time went on, I brought in like more of my things, and then now I'm like basically fully moved in. I think there's probably like 1 or 2 things maybe that are still in Durban. But yeah, I'm basically if you don't know this, if you touch the trash, the NPCs hate you. Here you go, Alex. I might as well just it would help if I talked to him. So yeah, so it's basically, I moved then, and then as I, like, when we went down to visit, or, whenever my mom or my dad, would come up to, visit us, then we just I'd just be like, hey, can you bring up this and that, or before I left, I put my stuff in like a box already to like make sure that if there's anything to just sort of keep my stuff in one place. Let me take this out too. Just keep myself in one place and all that, so that if I did just in case of if I did want to stay up there, then at least it's easier for them to find my stuff. So it's just bring up this box, bring up that box, bring up this thing. So yeah, so it wasn't like that big a hoot for me to like move up here. And of course I helped my sister with her moving and all that. We moved it all ourselves. We never like hired like a company or anything like that. We borrowed our friend's Bucky. For the Americans, you call it a truck. Pickup truck. That's what y'all call it. But we call it a Bucky. A truck is the vroom vroom, the big like box truck and all. That's like a truck. Yeah, we just call it a Bucky. Do I know why? No. I do not know like the full South African lore of why we say certain words, why we use certain phrases. But yeah, Bucky. But yeah, we borrowed our friend's Bucky, and then we just moved up whatever she needed. She was just like the only it wasn't like a full house thing, so she didn't need like much. But yeah, so this is our first time moving, like actively moving, where it's not just we had like an actual moving truck and everything. Because obviously over the years we moved here 2024, so obviously over the years we accumulated a lot of stuff, and then we knew we'd be getting this is a full house. And all before we were like I think the word is subsectioned. They sealed off, like, so it was a big like old school farmhouse, and all the previous old school like farmhouse. So they like sectioned off the master bedroom, a study, and then like the study had a sunroom attached, and then like the bathroom that's attached to like the master bedroom. And so that's what and then they put like a wall between. So that was like where we lived. That was like our little section. So it's basically like a little apartment. It's basically what you'd find in a little apartment. They like turned the study into a lounge, and they turned the sunroom into the place that we lived at previously. They were so sweet. You know, they some of the parish were part of like a woodworking. Were part of like wood stuff. I don't know what the term is, honestly. Forestry? I want to say that's the right word. So yeah, so they helped us out with like turning it into an actual kitchen. Well, they did it themselves before that we came through, and before my sister came through, they turned it into an actual like kitchen. Well, the best they could. They put in like plumbing. They put in they put in plumbing. They put in cabinets. You know, it was very nice. It was very sweet of them. And everyone there was very sweet. So obviously I was very sad to move after we gotten so used to that place as well. Made like friends there and all that. But so we moved something, I think it was the 2nd of February, 1st of February, 2nd of February of last year. Nope. Sorry. Of 2024. And then so that was horrifying. So basically we technically set up our moving, but the diocese gave my sister like, okay, so these are all the moving companies we have like a relationship with. Let's go like a relationship with. And so Kayla was like, okay, yeah, chill. My sister was like, okay, chill. Okay, we'll pick up like these three, and we'll get quotes from like these three, because these seem to be like the best one. And then so the diocese went, okay, this one. But even though we were like, okay, well, we kind of like this. No, this one. You guys are using this one. So we just kind of went, okay, I guess. I think it was probably knowing most things. It was probably the cheapest like option, or like the most reasonable, I'll say. So then it was a Friday that we were meant to move. So it was a Friday. And then so we were like, okay, we'll talk to the father. That was by father, I don't mean my father, I mean like the priest. There was my sister was the assistant priest there. She's now head priest, but she was studying under another priest. So he was like another, like, he was such a great man and all of that. He was a great teacher to Kayla. He's alive still. I realize the way I'm saying it makes it sound like a tragedy hit. He's perfectly fine. He's in perfect health. We check in with him and he checks in with us. And we made good friends with like his family, and his wife loved our dogs. And he loved having like, because he'd have to travel for like different things, different like head priesty things. So then he was happy that either I was there or Kayla was there, because he has multiple kids, but one of his kids was still in high school when we were there. So then he was really happy to have like someone around because she couldn't exactly move around with him when he went to go do priest stuff. And then I forgot that I was going to talk to people. Let me start with this one. So then we're like, okay, and then so obviously we have dogs. As I've established, we have dogs. We have 4 dogs, and so we couldn't say they're friendly, but they're not like. Obviously, we don't want them to be like underneath people's feet, and all while moving, and we don't know, and with trucks and everything, because it's like a proper moving company. So obviously we didn't want them to be under feet while we're carrying around heavy stuff. So the priest, head priest, he was like, okay, yeah, I've like this like storeroom and all that's got like its own door. You chill. You can put the dogs in there and like chill in there. Someone can chill in there, and then we don't have to worry about anything. Oh, I don't have my hoe. And so we're like, oh, that's great, that's great. And then so we were able to like put the dogs in there. And so we were told that they were gonna show up like 8ish, 9ish, and all around there. So the place that we were at was 45 minutes away from like another big city. And we're like the place where we're at, farming town. Relative like farming town, a lot of farm, a lot of wood, and all that. So like a lot of like forestry. I believe that's the better word for it. Let me actually sell this. And then so the big city thing. If you know Durban or if you know KwaZulu-Natal, PNB. The place that we were at, the town that we were in, close to PNB. 45 minutes. It was about 45 minutes to an hour drive. And if you know South Africa, that is not a long trip. The place that we're at currently is 3 hours away from our like hometown and all our home suburb. And it's 2 hours away from PNB. Hour and a half away. No, let me not say 2. Hour and a half away from PNB. So we like doubled our. Oh. Wait a damn minute. Okay. If you know Stardew, how did I do that? Okay. This is like a big deal. This is like a big thing. I can't get the curator at 7. It's good that I hit that spot, I guess. So as I was saying, they were meant to. So we expected they wouldn't take long to get there. They're based in PNB. We're like 45 minutes to an hour, and all that's not bad and all. We're waiting. Hits 9, still not there. Hits 10, still not there. And our mom. Another like thing is our mom came. Oh, let me just keep that in my inventory because I'll forget. Our mom came up to like help and all, because she was basically going to sit with the dogs while we helped with like the moving thing. And we were told not to like start packing anything, not to touch anything, because when you move, there's some kind of insurance and all. There's some kind of like it's basically if we were to have packed stuff and something were to happen to it, then it's not the company's not liable because they weren't the ones that packed it. So we didn't touch anything. We like put away like stuff like some stuff, and all. I still think I was the smartest man alive in the next day. And all after what happened, I was like, okay, so anything that was in the fridge, let's put it, or the fridge, food, whatever, anything that can go off, and all that's put in the car, along with all the dog stuff, like the dog pellets, the dog food, and all that's put that in the car. Anything related to the dogs, and the food, let's put in the car. Let's put like a change of clothing in the car. Let's put some like little bits and pieces, and all the technology, like what do you call it? My sister and I shared a laptop, shared a work laptop, shared like my school / her work laptop, and so and all the chargers and all. I was like, let's put that in the car, because we're probably not gonna. When we get back, when we get to the place, we're gonna be tired. We're not gonna want to unpack. We're just probably gonna want to throw stuff, and we need to prep the place for like, because our dogs are like smallish. And so we need to prep the place for our dog. So I was like, let's just keep what we need. So what we need is dog stuff. What we need is to make sure there's not like food that could go off and all that in that van. Let's put it in the car. Let's put a change of clothes. All is well in the world. And so I'm still the smartest man alive for doing that. Because, let me sit here and just wait out the clock. I still think I'm the smartest man alive for that because it hits 10, it hits 11. I was the one who was sitting with the dogs. And during that time, my mom, my sister was sitting with we were waiting for the dudes. And so I was sitting with the dogs at that point. And I was so hungry because obviously I hadn't eaten anything since breakfast. And I was just so hungry. And then at one point, I hear the door rattle to the little storage room that we're in. And then there's my mom. And I'll hear, no, it was Caleb. It was like, my sister was like, here's food. We went out to grab food, and like, she opened the door. She was like, let's just let the dogs run around, and let's let them stretch their legs, and we'll put them back in. So we let them stretch their legs. I ate food. We all ate food, and all, and everyone had like their like bed. We went back into the room. I think I was there with her. I went back into the room with the dogs, and then it hits like 12 o'clock, and the thing that annoys me the most is that they never talk to us. My mom had to call them to be like, hey, so what's going on? Where are you? Okay, let me end the day and then I'll continue talking while I end the day. And then they're like, oh yeah, apparently the truck had apparently broken down, something to do with the wheel well, and it broken down for a sec. They're at the place that they stopped at, the area that they stopped at was about, let's say, like 20 minutes away from us. So it was like, let's call it like the halfway point between P&B and where we were. Okay, and then so we were like, okay, what's going to happen then? It's like, no, we'll be there, and we're getting it fixed now. And we'll be there like soon. They got to us by like 1 o'clock. Let's say 1 o'clock, 1:30 was when they got to us. I think I still have the picture I took of the truck that I ended up sending to like all my friends, because all my friends knew I was all my friends, my dad on the group chat, because we got a family group chat. Because I was keeping them updated, and I was keeping everyone updated. Everyone needed to know what I was going through right now. While I'm waiting, go check. And then, so they show up, finally. Thank the Lord. And it's just 3 guys. And when they asked, like, how big is the place and all, and I think they heard it's a 1-bedroom, there's like 1 room, and there's a kitchen, and there's a bathroom, and they probably thought there was barely anything here. And no, we have an eclectic amount of things. We end up collecting a lot. So obviously we don't have we have like a bunch of stuff. And then Lord have mercy. The mom, my mom's just like, hey, swap out with me, tap in, and I'll let you go what's name. So I and my sister ended up having to help. So 2 guys were in our kitchen busy like sewing together like the plates, the glasses, all the cupboards in the kitchen. They started off in the kitchen. And so then we were like, okay, do you need help? Yeah, come up. Because we weren't sure about, no, come out. And we're like, okay. And then so we started off in the bedroom then, in the bathroom. I think my sister started off helping with stuff in the bedroom, and I was like putting stuff away into boxes for the bathroom. And then, because there wasn't like much in the bathroom, I think. Might as well just watch this. And then I was just sort of like, okay, how, is this what you guys are gonna be here? Yeah. So the one guy, I still remember, the one guy, that guy that was helping us that was like putting stuff away in the bedroom, he was like showing us pictures of, I think it was his daughter, his niece, someone to him. I can't remember. I just, that so much of that memory is, And so we're just like, that's nice. We want to move. Please let us move. And then so my mom and I kept like tapping in and out because at one point we just kept getting, because our mom's diabetic. And we can't exactly the diabetic with like bad shoulders. She's got like something to do with her shoulders. Something's the cartilage. I think something's up with the cartilage of them. But basically, she can't like move heavy stuff around. And then so we were like, so obviously it's just then Kayla and I helping out. We get it done. I think it's about. Oh, maybe I should talk to her. I want to say it was 5 or 6. Youth had started, so it's like 5 or 6 when it's finally when we're finally done. It's like about 5 going on to 6, and so we're like, okay, so are we gonna follow you? Should we head out first? Because you should get out of the yard so we can like move our dogs around, so we can let our dogs like run around. And then they're like, yeah, no, we're gonna, because I wasn't here for this. Okay, this is like secondhand. I just remember my sister coming in and it half in tears because of the stress of this whole thing. Because apparently there was still something wrong with money. There was still something wrong with the car. It wouldn't move. I don't know what they were hoping for, whether they were hoping that by some Christian miracle that it was going to start working again, or what they were on, what they were smoking. Yeah, so it wasn't working. It was we packed all of our stuff, like literally everything, down to the lost, like the freaking battery. That's just my only example. And the only then did they say, yeah, the car's still not working, the truck's still not working, and we're just like, how could you not? And by this point, our priest, the head priest, he had gone back. Because he had like left for majority of the day to do like what he needed to do and all as head priest. So he had gone back, and he is swearing these. I have not seen this man so angry. Not actually swearing like what do you call when you're like? I'm trying to remember the anger thing. I'm sure there's like a term for it, but he is just going at these dudes. Because obviously you made a priest angry and you cursed. And then, so, I should actually probably speak to people. So then obviously, we're like, okay, so what are we doing then? What do we do then? And they're just like, well, a car's gonna come and tow this one. Because, oh god, I'm remembering the order of things. I'm sorry. Because I still remember seeing the truck, because I was my mom had tapped in, because she wanted to smoke. So she had tapped in. And then I was with the dogs, and I was, like, standing outside, like, stretching my legs. And I saw, going past was the truck, and I was like, that is the opposite way out of this town. What's going on? And that's when my sister came around and was like, I'm not gonna, like I would explain it to, and she was just like, I would explain it to you, but I can't right now, just, I'll see you. And I was like, okay, and then I found my mom, and she explained everything. And then, so it's basically they had like everything we've owned, other than like the other stuff and all that we put in the car. They had basically everything in that truck, and so she was like talking to the people from up here, and because our beds were in there, everything was in there. We couldn't exactly be like, yeah, we'll stay the night, I guess, and then come back because that's what they were like asking Kayla. Do you want to just stay the night, come through in the morning? We know you didn't expect to like be there that long. Because we expected to be here by now. But then we're like, no, let's just go. Let's just get there. They promised that they'll be here tomorrow. They better be, else I'm saying they stole my stuff. I'm livid at this point. Everyone's angry. Even our priest, he was like, I'm writing a letter to the diocese to never use this company, because how could they do this? How could you come here with a truck that you're not sure will start again, and then decide to just continue on and not warn us? I don't know what was going, and they had plenty of time. That's the thing that annoys me, is they had plenty of time to just, because P&B, their office is P&B. P&B is 45 minutes to an hour away. You could have just sent another truck. You could have just sent another truck. You could have done anything at that point. I just, it angers me to this day. And then so finally, it's about like 6, 7. Please not that mean. I did not mean to do that mean. Please don't. It's about 6ish, and a lot, because I remember the youth was in session. And so Kayla said her final goodbyes to everyone that was still around. We got the dogs in the car, and we just started to drive. We were just like, okay, well, we're just gonna go. The church people that were opening up for us are waiting for us. Let's just go. There's no use like waiting. And there's no beds here. There's no nothing. And so Kayla just got on the phone with them while we were busy like making sure the dogs are in the car comfortably, that we didn't forget anything. She's on the phone with the other people, and they were like, okay, don't worry, we'll sort it out. We'll sort it out. We'll sort something out for you. And we honestly, I didn't know what we expected at that point. I just remember just being like, I know I was hungry because we hadn't eaten dinner yet. I just remember being like hungry, but like hungry to the point of like and angry, where I was like, no, I'm good. I'm just gonna, I just want to leave. If there's no point in being, I just want to get this trip over with, and I'll get back there, get to there. Really? So then we get in the car, we get on the trip, and by the time we get to this place, because it's, as I said, it's like 2 hours. It's an hour and a half to 2 hours from that place to P&B. And then, so now from our old place, so obviously factoring in that we got to drive all the way from our old place, which is the opposite way, it ended up being like 3-hour drive in the dark. And by the time, because we had to drive so slowly because of all the potholes and everything. What am I on surface? Yeah, because all the potholes and everything, and there was no lights. This place was dark. It was dark ages. There was like no, for a good amount of the drive, there's like no lights at all. So we made, we always call it making friends with another car, where it's just, we followed like other cars and used like them as like a way of being able to tell whether or not there's like a pothole or anything, because if you know South Africa, you'll never escape potholes. I can't remember, did I sell anything? No. So yeah, so we just got in the car and left. And at that point, let me just sell one of you, just so we, so yeah, so we just literally got in the car, we left, it was such a thing, guys. And then, by the time we got there, I know there was load shedding. Load shedding was at 11. So I think by the time we got there, it was like 10-ish, 10:30. Oh, I know it was like, we had barely any time, and then it was load shedding. If you don't know what a load shedding is, it's basically controlled blackouts. So it's like certain areas will not have power for like 2 hours at a time, depending on what area you're in. Because at one point, the area that we were in previously, their load shedding was 2.5 hours, and also depending on the stages. Some stages are like, okay, what was like the scariest stage? I think like stage like 6 or something like that. I think we went up to stage 6 at some point. I'm trying to remember because there were so many memes about it, where it was about like 4 hours, and it was annoying. But when we got there, they were saints. They were such saints. The two church members that were like had the keys and everything, they were such things, they were still there. It was 10:30 at night. These are old people, and they were there, and I'm still so glad for them. And then someone also brought us food. Someone brought us dinner. Someone else brought us. One of the lay ministers brought us dinner. And then they also brought us like food, snacks, a canteen with hot water, tea, coffee, sugar, like anything we'd need for because I didn't even think about it. Was only when I saw the canteen, I was like, yeah, we can't have coffee. There's no like, we don't have a kettle, so we don't have hot water. And so obviously everything's closed. I'm still salty about like there because we have gas stations and all. So there's like 3 gas stations around this place. So, and some of them said 24 hours. They were not, in fact, 24 hours, because I was like, I want at least, like, some, what if we got, like, some snacks or something like that, like soap, something. So we basically had our bare essentials on us, and I'm just so glad for them. And then, so, obviously, Saturday, the next day, we go out, go shopping, and thank God we had, like, a spa, we had a hub, and also we bought clothes we had to go. It's good that we put aside money to like make sure that whatever like extra stuff we need to buy for the moving and all we could buy up there. I'm so glad we put aside that money, because we had to buy like clothes, obviously, because if they're gonna take a while, we're gonna need like clothes for like that for other stuff we're gonna be moving. Because we had like we didn't even have pajamas. I don't even think we packed pajamas. I think we just sort of like went to sleep in like our clothes because we were just so like tired. At least the house came with like a bed, and all this current house came with like a bed and all, and some pillows, and because they brought their bedding from home. Thank God for this. They brought their bedding from home for us. Bedding, pillows, all that, and so I'm just really grateful for them for that, because that. And then obviously the mosquitoes, the amount of mosquitoes were eating me alive, bros. The amount of mosquitoes were eating me alive. I don't know if you can hear the ears of my dog just hearing me. Whatchamacallit. And then, so by the time, and so my mom had to literally, again, they are not messaging, they're not communicating, nothing. My mom had to keep messaging to be like, hey, so where are you right now? What's going on right now? So we got like play-by-plays and all from my mom, like forced them into giving us play-by-plays and all. Where are you they've left the hub that they were at. They're at the PNB office. They're to get a proper fix. They're at because I stayed at the a hub thing at our like in the area of our old place, and then they got towed to their office to get fixed. They got towed to the area. They got towed to their office, and then it got fixed. Then they came up to where we were. So it was also it was 2:00 because we were gonna feed our dogs, and when they showed up, because they just rocked up. And we were so I'm just glad that our dogs weren't out of the yard and all, because they literally just opened the gate and rocked up. And sorry, my phone went off. Because they basically just opened the gate, rocked up, and were like, hey, we're here. And then, so I sat with the dogs in one of the rooms, closed the door, sat with the dogs in one of the rooms. And, well, they just moved the stuff in. We're like, just get everything in here and please just go. And then, so I think it was about like 3, 4 by the time, I did not realize that was the time. So it was basically about like 3, 4 o'clock by the time they had left. And so yeah, so I made sure that she wrote letters to the diocesan office to be like, hey, no more. And I made sure, I wanted everyone to know, because so we had like these 2 nice perfumes, and I had a hat. It was a hat from Pride that I got for my very first Pride that I went to after I came out in 2016. And they went missing. Because I know that they were together, because I had taken the perfumes, put them with the hat, and then put them in the one bag. And I know the bag came with us. It wasn't the whole bag went missing, because we have, like, I remember what was in the bag, and we have that whole bag. And I remembered the bag, I remember what else was in the bag. For some reason, it's just the hat and perfumes that went missing. The perfumes, maybe I could understand. And maybe they slid out, but my whole hat. Oh, why my hat? And I'm still so sad about that because it was I probably could get it made. And I have pictures of it. I could get it was literally, but it's the memory. And I'm still salty about that, my dudes. I am still salty about that. But yeah, so that was my moving story from hell. And I still like look back on it and just go, but yeah, like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. I'm still angry. Like and subscribe. I'm trying to think of what I would talk about next to give you like a preview. But honestly, I cannot remember what I'd probably talk about next. What did I bring up during this one? I'll get to you and all that. Maybe if you want, I probably dropped like topics in this video and previous videos. Whatever you want me to talk about and all, maybe I'll talk about it if you guys have any suggestions. Also, I'm just gonna pick from my A4 list that I made. But yeah, if you like the style, say it in the comments. If you don't like the style, say it in the comments. I'm hoping that the audio is adjusted better because I realized after filming the previous video that the audio was a little the game audio was a little loud, so I'm hoping it's better now. Please say whether you want it a little differently, how you I've adjusted the whatever you call it. As you can see, I've adjusted them, so I'm hoping it's better, but if it's not, then obviously I'll try and fix it. I'm still learning editing, so I can't fix audio in post. I can do like I've learned how to do the cut thing now, and all like to cut out bits and all when I'm like messing around, when I've messed up. And I've learned how to like cut, but I'm still figuring out audio. So yeah, I'm trying my best. I'll get back to y'all. I'm trying my best and all that. So yeah, I guess I'll see you guys next time. Have a good time. Have a good day. Bye.